An average passenger car weighs around 4,000 pounds. A standard industrial forklift easily weighs 7 to 9,000. It is a massive, highly concentrated block of iron. This chart shows the grim reality of that weight advantage. Every year, forklifts account for around 25,000 serious days away from work injuries and over 70 fatalities. And a full 25% of those deaths are caused by a single event, tip-overs. Because these vehicles are essential to almost every warehouse and job site, it's easy to develop hazard blindness. We see them every day, so we normalize the presence of these lethal machines. So we are putting your hazard blindness to the test. Step into the shoes of an OSHA safety inspector. In the next sequence, there are exactly 7 severe, real-world safety violations. Watch this simulated shift closely. Can you spot all 7 before the clip ends? In an active warehouse, missing even one of these rapid, seemingly minor details is the exact mechanism that turns a routine Thursday shift into a fatal disaster. Let's break down what you just watched. Violation 1, driving forward while carrying a massive load that blocks the operator's view. OSHA explicitly requires drivers to travel in reverse with the load trailing if their forward vision is obstructed. When operators drive blind, they hit people. Obstructed views are a direct contributor to the high rate of pedestrians struck by fatalities, recorded by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Violation 2 is happening right in the foreground. A worker standing on an unsecured wooden pallet, elevated high above the concrete by the forklift. This is a direct violation of OSHA's scaffold standard. To elevate personnel safely, the forklift needs an engineered man basket equipped with guardrails, and it must be firmly secured directly to the lifting carriage. Both of these errors stem from a lethal mindset, using heavy industrial equipment for temporary convenience rather than its engineered purpose. Violation 3 happens fast. The operator is speeding and taking a sharp corner with an elevated load. This illustrates the stability triangle. A forklift's center of gravity rests inside a glowing triangle formed by the front wheels and rear axle. When maneuvering with a heavy, elevated load, that center of gravity shifts outside the boundary. The forklift tips. Which brings us to violation 7. Our operator is driving without a fastened seatbelt. Many operators think a 5-mile-per-hour speed limit means they can safely jump clear if the vehicle tips. Safety experts call this the mousetrap effect. Human instinct tells you to jump, but the machine falls faster than you can move, and the 9,000-pound overhead guard crushes you against the floor. Human reflexes cannot outsmart physics. The seatbelt is the sole mechanism designed to keep you trapped inside that engineered cage of survival. Back to the floor for violation 4, blowing through a blind cross aisle. Operators are legally required to slow down and sound their horn at all obstructed intersections. Violation 5 happens when the driver hops off, a hasty dismount without setting the parking brake. A forklift left in neutral is a ticking clock. Historical safety databases are filled with case studies of workers being pinned and crushed by heavy equipment that silently rolled away. And violation 6 is right behind that. The forklift is left unattended. Under OSHA rules, a vehicle is unattended the moment the operator is 25 feet away. The forks must be fully lowered, the controls neutralized, power shut off, and brakes securely set. Failing to sound the horn, leaving a vehicle prone to rolling, and abandoning an unsecured machine. These procedural failures create invisible, passive traps for unsuspecting workers on the floor. Let's look at how this shift should have run. This is flawless operation. Forks are lowered during travel. The load is trailing to preserve visibility. Horns echo at the intersections, and blue warning lights signal movement to pedestrians. But human behavior isn't enough. Warehouses require physical pedestrian controls. Painted lines, sturdy walkways, and hard barriers must be installed to prevent forklifts and people from ever sharing uncontrolled space. It also requires rigorous, site-specific training. Host employers cannot rely on generic certifications for visiting contractors. Every operator must be trained on the exact racking layouts and specific equipment of the local facility. And that equipment must be verified through daily pre-shift checklists. Tires, brakes, horns, and hydraulics have to be checked and cleared before the engine is ever started. A true safety culture relies on rigid, proactive daily systems, never on reactive luck or operator assumptions. Drop your score in the comments. Did you catch all 7, or did a few slip through? And let us know if you spotted any other secondary hazards hidden in the warehouse. Rigid adherence to these OSHA standards provides the technical blueprint for a zero-fatality workplace. These rules ensure that at the end of every shift, every worker walks out the door and back to their family.